I am going to try really hard to not talk about my Amethyst Dragon.
You're not allowed to. This is not a D&D
episode.
podcast.
It is not. It is not.
Well, I'm here to talk to you today about a VR game I found on Steam called Cybersex Horny Nurses.
Okay.
God damn it.
All right. I'm just going to roll the... I'm just rolling the intro. I'm just rolling the intro.
Think, thunk, think, thunk.
So I was just scrolling through the top
The intro hasn't
VR
rolled.
games. Oh,
Wait, are you actually rolling it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
God
Hi.
damn it.
Welcome to Thunk Tank. My name is Cal.
welcome to Thunk Tank.
I don't know what just happened.
I'm Andreas, and there are no rules now.
I'm Eric, and I'm going to keep talking about this. It wasn't a joke. I haven't purchased this game yet because I only found it 2 minutes ago while scrolling through the top best sellers on Steam.
No.
It's like page 7. I got pretty far.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
And
All right.
and I click, and aside from the video cinematic being horrifically pornographic in not an appealing way at all,
No.
is this game relevant to you? Similar to games you've played, Half-Life Alyx.
Also in VR and has a female character.
That's terrible.
I just mixed reviews.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
wow. Oh, Cybersex Horny Nurse, $20. Oh
Yeah.
my God, that is not
Every day
really-
The
we
reviews
stray further
are-
from the Lord.
similar to games you've played. Half-Life Alyx,
Uh-huh.
Doom Eternal.
Is it?
What the fuck? All right.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
All right. Well,
How is this allowed on Steam? I thought they didn't allow like anime titties
Oh, they do.
at all.
No, they do.
What?
no, you gotta go into the Steam betas and click Christian Steam.
To
I'm
not get the
confused.
to not get the anime. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. No, they definitely
Good.
do that. That's a thing.
Why is there not more then? Like,
Oh, there are. Every once in a while I go to the new thing of VR games, and every time there's at least one in that first page of lists. Every time.
Yep.
They're just
Okay.
also, like, probably luckily for the world, awful and terrible looking and weird.
And
So,
the
like,
ratings
you know-
just drop real fast.
Yeah, I mean,
So
all
yeah.
right, there we
it's-
go. Yeah, there's VR hentai hot. But it's not similar to any game I've played. Isn't that weird?
That is weird.
yeah, it is weird that Doom Eternal is similar to this one. Very strange.
If it hadn't said it was similar to Half-Life Alyx, I don't think I'd have mentioned it on the podcast. But how
No,
the
fuck
heck-
no.
So, Calvin, as somebody who has a game on Steam, do you have any control over what games it says your game is like?
No, you do not.
How do they figure that out?
I assume there's magic involved. Deep dark magic. I think it's
Is it tags?
I think it's tags. I think it is which some you do have some control over what tags go on it, but then users put tags on it and then you have no control. So if it
Well-
has similarities, also it probably has something to do with how people rate the game and how they rate other games.
Oh,
And
like
tags.
people who like this game also like this other game.
Yeah, with the tags as well, which allows them to go, okay, so if you like this, you might like this. Then because all Steam is interested in is getting you to buy shit.
Well, I feel like they should be interested also a little bit in their reputation.
Sure, I'm sure they are.
I'm sure they are.
But the buying shit, that's a big deal.
Here's what I'm going to say is, one, this needs to not be how we open any of these podcasts ever again.
You're probably right. I am sorry. I apologize.
I
And
also
two,
apologize.
the title of this episode should be "Watch This One Second," just so that all those nice new listeners that show up.
Yeah,
So many.
yeah,
Look, we get new people every single week.
yeah. We did.
It's
We are
true.
slowly growing.
Yeah.
And tell your friends about this wonderful podcast and tell them not to listen to this episode first.
Yeah.
Yeah, do not
Do we have
recommend this
more?
one to you.
Do you want to burn all the bad ideas on this episode? We could.
Ooh, the bad ideas.
We could do that.
Like the
I
naughty
had bad
ideas?
No,
Wait, I have
no,
bad
not
ideas?
necessarily. I mean, they might also be that. I don't know what. I mean, I don't know. I'm just thinking if you've got like, if you've had a shit idea that you want to pitch that it's not funny, it's not interesting, but it was an
let me look at my
idea that you
list.
had. We could just switch to talking about my Amethyst
No,
Dragon.
we're not talking about the
we're
goddamn
not.
Dungeons
Nope.
and Dragons.
Nope. Virtual
God.
reality hentai porn
How
games
about-
are more interesting.
No better.
Than
How
your
about-
better
D&D
than-
character.
How about mechanical keyboard switches? What do you want to?
Oh, fuck no.
No,
no,
that's like every
God
other
damn it.
episode on your channel. Like
So-
Uber, but for employees.
Wait, what?
Genetically
Wait,
engineered
that's-
feral
isn't that-
dog
Just show-
bioweapons.
You can't keep reading them fast.
No, you can't do that. We have
They
questions
want them to
immediately. We have immediate questions.
Getting all the bad ideas out of the way.
Yeah, so do you just call an Uber and you're like, I need a person to work at job, and the Uber
That's a temp
drops someone
agency.
off?
That's
It's
a
like a temp agency without the agency.
Yeah.
it's a decentralized temp agency.
Where we're cutting out the middleman and taking a much smaller cut than the temp agency would.
This is
That's not
actually a good idea.
That's a great idea. Why isn't that
Yeah.
happening?
Well,
Because
it's sort of
training.
happening in like for very limited things, like DoorDash and stuff are basically that for delivery drivers.
Uber gets a cut for
Yeah,
a piece of the the money made, right?
yeah.
So we're not cutting out the middleman. We are cutting
But
out
we're
the workers that we would also have to pay.
So wait, hold on. Let me put
We're
you on this.
cutting out a large percentage of the middleman. They're like temp agencies take a significant amount of money.
Mhm,
We could take a lot less, give people more money,
mhm.
and charge employers less.
And have an option to automatically call an Uber to your house and your place of work on your hours so you get there on time and leave and get home. If you don't have it, no, like legitimately, that's a cool service.
Yeah.
That's a really
So-
convenient way of doing it.
Okay, so this has got to be for stuff like manual labor.
I mean, you're not going to
stacking
get
boxes.
a doctor, a temp doctor
maybe.
isn't going to happen.
But
Yeah.
you can get a
But, like-
star rating as you work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can have qualifications. Like if you are an electrician or some shit, hey, boom, electrician.
Yeah, and
Or-
maybe each of your qualifications can get separately rated.
Oh,
know.
like, and if you have like relevant experience, like you've worked in fast food a lot, boom, suddenly McDonald's needs you. The manager can go boop, 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 get somebody there in 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's not bad.
This is
Not bad
actually
idea.
a really good idea.
When somebody does it, it's going to annihilate the labor market, and people are probably going to starve to death because of it.
Yeah, it's not a. Yeah,
It's not-
sorry,
it's not, a good
like
for
a.
the world idea.
Yeah,
Someone's going to become a billionaire if they do it, though.
Hmm.
So
You need somebody with a bunch of money already so that they have a marketing team. The marketing is
Yeah,
where
this is not a we could do this as scrappy upstarts. We could maybe
mean-
market ourselves as scrappy upstarts, but
get
yeah.
investors.
we need investors to even start because you got to build up that knowledge of your existence.
and a huge fucking base of people.
Not that huge necessarily.
That's true.
Like-
That's true.
Well,
I
that's
mean, you
the
start in big cities, you build it out, and you
that's a
start
part of
expanding.
the initial funding for this thing. You get a bunch of people to come through and yeah, or you buy out like some temp agency's database or something like that.
Or
Ooh.
you hire really good people and then have them fake being temps to get like fucking awesome people getting paid way more than the company's paying them come in and rock, and then they are like,
Fake
oh, this
gig
thing is
workers.
great.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be
That's a good idea.
yeah.
Temp
Yeah.
agencies should do that. Shit.
think that, but I think they like the sort of control they have. Because
I don't know what temp agencies do other than really send people to temporary positions.
they to some degree won't let you hire your temp like permanently unless you give them money. Basically.
Buy out their contract.
They're not contracted though. The like temp workers don't have contracts. They've agreed to some shit, but like there's no employment contract. The employers are contractually obligated to pay the temp agency if they decide to hire the temp.
Okay.
But I think like we might have trouble getting them to do that on an app in a way that we could enforce it.
Yeah, probably.
And I think we're going to have trouble getting them to do paperwork. And it's all just asking for a big old lawsuit.
Oh,
when
fuck
you're
yeah.
a big company, you're just going to get sued. So it's not...
That's normal.
So it's not as good as being a temp agency on a small scale. The money comes from being global. Like Uber doesn't make a lot of money on each ride share it facilitates. But globally, they make a shit ton because there's a lot of people and a lot of cars going places.
And their overhead's almost non-existent.
Yeah, because they don't have any real employees, which is utter fucking horse shit, by the way.
Oh, yeah. God, no. That's some fucking bullshit right there.
Yeah.
We could, if we do ever need workers at this company that we're going to make to replace temp agencies, we could just get them through the app.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
And we don't have to hire
all
them.
our employees are through our app.
So
that's some great advertising, even if it is bullshit.
I got my first exposure to scams, internet scams, the legal kind, through a temp agency, through work at a temp agency. I went to do some graphic design through a temp agency, and I got a job where I was doing website stuff with the guy had like 5 different websites, and he was selling pens and like graduation kits and things like that on each of the websites for different amounts of money. Like he would sell the same pen $500 one place, $100 the next place, $50 the next place, $25 the next.
So people would shop around and find the $25 pens that he gets for 10 cents a piece?
So that if they wanted an expensive pen, they would look for an expensive pen and buy his cheap shit pen.
That guy's a genius?
Yeah, why aren't... I was going to say, why aren't we doing that? But the answer is because everyone fucking else is.
He explained it to me. Like he was so proud of what he was doing. And I was like, I can't work here. Goodbye.
Look at you, Mr. Moral High Ground.
Jeez. I was, it was a long time ago. I would have done it now.
Just for the podcast stories.
Yeah.
God, that's interesting. Man.
Marketing, and
marketing.
Scams.
Marketing is a scam. Anyhow, I don't feel like I have an idea actually this week. Son of a bitch.
You can steal mine.
What was that other one you said? Yeah, it was really good.
Genetically engineered feral hog bioweapons.
Is this just feral pigs are fucking terrifying and you should just release them onto
No.
That's genetic
like
modification?
1800s bioweapons. We want to genetically modify them so they don't stop growing.
I also can I suggest that you genetically modify them so you can't eat them?
Oh yeah, make them inedible. That helps.
Yeah, make them inedible. That's one
or
terrifying.
Taste really bad.
Yeah.
Is it denatured? Is that what that's called?
Yeah, that's for like alcohol and other things. But like
now it's for pigs too.
Yeah, what you can do is you can put it's called something else. It's makes you vomit. It's called like a
Oh yeah.
I don't know what it's called. This is a word
it's called
for
tequila.
No, that's a good joke.
Thanks.
No, it's called like a vomitosis or something, or it's a substance that makes you want to hurl.
Yeah,
and they add that denatured things a lot too if it's actually really dangerous.
It
So
makes
that
sense.
if you do intake it, you go "Blah," and you feel like garbage.
Yeah, there's
But like it gets it out of you.
tons of animals that are poisonous, so that will make you vomit, probably. And we could just snip some genetic code, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
toxic
super
animals are
easy.
everywhere.
Super easy, just super easy to do. Genetic
Poison
engineering.
dart frog feral hogs. It's coming to a city near you.
Oh man, but what they figured out is they can they capture a hog and then they all lick it and they get really high off of it.
I was gonna make that joke if you weren't making it. That's immediately what I
man.
thought of too. see this squealing pig tied down to the floor. Drug addicts pile around it. Yeah.
Oh Jesus Christ! What
There's
the
some
fuck?
genetic engineering getting on the drug production animals.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Getting animals to produce the drugs.
Yeah, you get the animals to make, what you need is like take the stuff that the whatever like proteins or whatever make, like
Cocaine.
yeah.
We're gonna go with cocaine because cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Cocaine-fueled poisonous feral hogs.
Yeah, I mean they're hard to catch, but
Because they're crazy strong. They don't get tired either. It's weird.
I wonder if you can do I wonder if you could do something like you take the plant stuff that makes like CBD or whatever, the marijuanas,
Yeah.
and get like turkey to produce it inside of their body.
Oh man, we'd have a use for turkey that wasn't once a year.
Yeah.
Really, I think people should eat turkey
Look,
more.
I can
Turkey's
see the-
overrated.
I can see the logo now. It's like the standard like Thanksgiving turkey, but instead of the tail out, it's the marijuana leaf.
Oh, that's pretty good. There's our thumbnail. Fuck it.
Can a turcaboids?
There's a turducken joke here somewhere, but
Oh.
we take the pig, we take the cocaine pig, and you put it inside of the
You
turkey.
put the marijuana turkey in the cocaine pig.
And then you have the whiskey cow.
Yeah, and it kind of all mellows each other out. The cocaine doesn't hit as hard, and the marijuana, just chills you out. Yeah,
Yeah, this is a great idea.
it's a great idea.
What
We
could
should-
go wrong? How
somebody should
easy
get on that.
is it to actually genetically engineer a plant into an animal thing? The protein creation.
I believe that has never been.
Yeah. Okay.
No,
I was gonna
plant.
say,
Plant proteins
Plant
inside of an
genetics in
animal. That's been done. Yeah.
Probably happened.
Yeah.
can I make a cow produce like CBD milk?
Probably. I mean, look, we can get goats to make spider silk.
That's a new one I hadn't heard before. Really?
Yeah, they've been doing that for a while.
They've been doing that for
I
a
don't really know
ridiculously
what the
long time.
Point is
Spider silk is extremely strong, and you pull the fibers out, and you can make silk threads that are like stronger than steel for their weight.
a lot of shit's stronger than steel for the weight.
But this one comes
But
out of
also
a
for
goat,
size.
which is
Yeah. There's
And-
only like 3 things that come out of the goat, and one
Not
of them
great-
mischief, and the
not
other one's
great
shit.
for the goat. I'm assuming, but
What isn't it their
Do we really care about the goats?
Yes.
Spider goat. Spider goat.
doesn't it come out of their fur? Isn't it like you're shearing a sheep?
I believe it comes out of the milk.
No,
What?
that's not.
You milk the
That's-
goat and you get spider silk fiber.
That
What?
must be.
You
really
got to
awkward
process
for the
it to
goat.
get the fibers, but the fibers are in the milk.
What the fuck?
It doesn't come out
So
like in
you're
one.
telling me you're telling me with a straight fucking face.
Yes.
That's like saying that I pee gravel.
Only on Sundays.
I guess it's not saying I pee gravel. It's
not
peeing
like that.
tiny bits of gravel in my pee.
that your body makes. I mean, people have that. It's called
Yeah, I know. It's the
the
very
stones
unpleasant
thing. Yeah.
I think I had one once.
That's terrible.
Yeah, it really was. It was very surprising.
Well,
No, that was a good talk.
yeah.
It's what's really upsetting is the one time I had a medical condition gets more of an awkward pause than the hentai games. But no. All right, thanks, family.
We're all just
Fuck, I
worried
get to
about
feel
you.
normal.
That's all. Yeah.
Yeah, I still don't have any more ideas. I
Cool.
didn't come up with any magic ideas there.
Yeah,
Back to my list.
Eric carrying this podcast on his shoulders.
all year long.
A video game that simulates being a dungeon master.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
Oh, that's a fucking funny. That's great.
I'm sure that's out there.
Well, so they have
Is
games
it? I
where you,
couldn't
like,
find one.
they have games where you place monsters and stuff to fight them. Like, I've seen that, but I haven't seen a game where you spend hours crafting a story to have dimwits fucking like fuck
Wreck
you
the
over
whole
at
thing.
every term. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Like
Yeah.
they spend half an hour fucking looking for some like bricks or something.
So like a game dev simulator, but so you want to actually like make dungeons and stuff.
Yeah, but I also want like the bard to go off seducing barmaids and screwing up the entire plot.
Cool.
I feel like you talked about this. Did we talk about this on a previous episode?
I don't think so. But like we're straying too close to Dungeons and Dragons and probably shouldn't talk about it.
We could do that. We could do that. We could start talking about Amethyst Dragons. Wait, so
You're not allowed.
this
No
so this game
Yeah.
is I see it happening in phases, right? Where you are you place the dungeon tiles and then you're kind of RTS style moving monsters around to deal with the heroes coming through. And that's like, so there's a prep phase, then there's the heroes coming in. Your goal is to not TPK them.
But
They
they
have-
have to challenge them.
You've got to challenge them. You've got to make sure that they
Yeah.
feel like stuff is happening, right? And then we switch to the next phase, which is downtime, where they are doing RP, the RP phase.
Yeah,
Right?
okay.
With little story card things and how you respond to their thing. And you're managing their fun levels.
But also,
Oh.
sometimes there's traps, and if you say yes to something, one of your players becomes ridiculously powerful
Ridiculously
and causes problems.
It's like
And you gotta kill him, but not the other one.
yeah, like he might have a warlock that has true polymorph that gets
Or some
turns into an
ridiculous
amethyst
broken
dragon, something
garbage.
really
Yeah,
broken.
no.
Yeah.
No, that sounds dumb. I don't imagine anyone would ever actually do that.
I'm not talking about it. No, I think that's super cool. I don't. It's not my kind of game. But I could totally see that kind of game doing really well. Like a lot of
Yeah,
people
and
like that stuff.
ideally, you could export the adventures you create to some sort of module and have actual people actually play it.
Oh, this gets complicated
Ooh.
fast there.
Right? Like you're already drawing maps. You've already like placed monsters. You've got plots and goals and shit.
You should be able to export it as, at the very least, a kind of like,
It's
like
a
a
collection
beginning.
of maps and
Yeah, like a
monster
beginning
sheets
to
and shit.
figuring out what you want to play.
Like your
So-
real life players are going to make it go even further off the rails. So
That's
you
I'm
can't
a-
plan for everything.
yeah.
I'm imagining a kind of crazy person yarn on a board, like flow diagram almost of the RP stuff. And like in real time you're moving shit around while they're fucking stuff up. But what you could easily do is save each iteration of that and like build it into a tree that allows them to still get to the same point,
Hmm.
Quest MacGuffin, but mini boss, big boss. You know, like you can just break it down like that, and it would be pretty reasonable. I feel like export that as a story structure.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how the RP section would be built.
So I'm very much imagining like you have hooks, and there's like you get a bunch of these cards, and you put them together, and these little like guys walking at the bottom of the screen like will walk by the hook and take it one of like 10 ways.
They have a response thing,
and they either meet it, they either like take it the right way or they take it the wrong way and they start going somewhere else, and like a new card pops up like the forest, and they ran into Woodcutter and he was like, oh hey, and they're like, hey Woodcutter, and he's like, oh, trouble in the forest, and they're supposed to ask about it, and instead they go, let's go to the forest, and they just start walking there because it's stupid. And so you get a new card that says forest and they're going towards it, and you have to quickly attach it to something that makes sense. Maybe have shapes that line up. You can only connect a square to a square or something.
I'm seeing also like maybe there's like a networked value of relevance that all these different cards have to each other, and like the players keep wanting to choose the next option in the chain of story that is the least relevant, and you've got to try to put relevance back into it. And if the less relevant you make the next step, the more unhappy they get with the game because you're just scuffing it.
Right, I gotcha. So it has to feel natural. Yeah, I can imagine some sort of symbol thing but then it's really a pre-built adventure already.
You could make it more abstract. Like Sims level, like icons and like pictograms and stuff like that.
That gets really hard because there's a lot of interpretation to go there, but maybe that's good. It means you need less fidelity in what the AI does.
Yeah. Oh, or just put all of that down and then randomize the results. So it looks like they are playing a game and they're not. They're just because that's how it really is that you can never know if your players are happy or
not. Well, I mean, you could ask your players.
You could. That nobody does that.
They will lie.
No, that we our DM asks us all the time how we're doing it, if we're having fun, and
you tell them the truth that it's awesome.
Yeah, I do. I tell them the truth that it's awesome because it is. Yeah. And then I don't ask you guys because I know how awesome everything is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's
awesome.
I don't do that with Etherflux either. I'm like, most of the time I'm just kind of like, wow, that was great. I had fun.
If you're having fun, you're winning. If nobody else is winning, that's their fucking problem.
They seemed like they were having fun. I don't know.
Yeah, it's probably sometimes it's for the best to just like fuck it, let her rip.
Yeah. No, it's a great game idea. I like it.
I do too.
If only one of us could make it a reality.
Yeah, I don't know how to do any of that stuff, I'm afraid.
Sadly,
thank you.
None of us are video game developers, so hopefully some of our audience will develop a video game.
Shame. Come on, Calvin, make our dumb fucking video games.
No.
Yeah.
So. No, got it.
To be fair, if you made every game we ever pitched you'd
God.
have you'd have more dog shit games than
like
my Steam library, and that's saying something.
I would also have to work
by the high quality of Steam's hentai offerings. I think you'd probably have one of the top 10 best games on there if you made any of the VR games we suggested.
That is true, but that's just because we're brilliant and we had like 2 VR games.
The competition is garbage, is what I'm saying.
I often am kicking myself for not making like shit hentai VR games.
Oh, you should. You really should.
Just because of the impulse buy cash grab that would come from that nonsense. I could just churn them out. Like they wouldn't have to be good.
Can I? Let me. I got it. Oh wait, I got it.
Eric?
I got it. All right. Since apparently this is the scuffed episode where we talk about pornography. I distinctly
Podcast isn't for children.
remember- I was gonna do that in the opening, but then Eric immediately went off. I was gonna do a thing. This isn't for kids,
It's not.
like we always do, but
We always do that.
we never have. Anyhow, so I distinctly remember I was listening to a podcast once years ago, and one of them was like, they were talking, and they're like, they go, yeah, woods porn, and people were like, what? And they're like, when you're a kid and you're wandering around the forest and you find a dirty magazine in the woods. So it's a VR game where you wander around the woods.
That's a pretty great.
And you find like 1950s vintage magazines.
Oh my god, Andreas, that's so brilliant.
Thank you. Yeah, the good thing is I feel like they're probably out of copyright in the public domain eventually, right?
I feel like copyright's 100 years, and photography's been around longer than that.
I mean, if you honestly, if you could get 1950s Playboy magazine, with the articles and everything, and have really nice scans.
So okay,
I have a bunch of those.
So I might.
Fuck it, you own them, right? That's fine.
Yeah, I own them. That means I can copy them, right?
And distribute them for free.
So okay, wait, hold on, because I'm also seeing this as those walking simulator games where you're going you could play it like that, but I want to do it in really lo-fi pixel art. Right, and so you find that that's clearly what it is, and it's you can clearly see that that's what it's supposed to be, but you've got to go look in the woods for. I think that I could make that. I don't think RLK is going to release it. It's not exactly on brand.
A second dev studio. Here's the real idea.
Yeah.
KLR.
Right. The evil RLK. Killer robot love simulator. KLR, right? No, that's not how any of that works.
No. Killer love robot. There we go.
Killer love robots. Boom. But what you do is you make just make a computer design the fucking games. Just make a shit ton. Get some fucking algorithm, and they're all basically cookie cutter same games with palette swaps.
Yeah, I mean the market is flooded with those already.
Yeah. The problem is
Well, you can do some.
I think if you nail a low effort game, it can be really good.
Yeah, no, you can't. No, I think I'm really happy with some of the recent stuff that I've been doing. That's pretty low effort, but and pretty low time consumption, but really fun to play things. I think there's been a lot of I think they can be polished to perfection, right? Towerfall is awesome.
Well, that's juicy too. They juiced it. They did everything.
But all that stuff that is super low effort.
Wow.
It is.
The art,
as a game developer, I know that's super low effort. They've done a great job, and they built it out. But when Towerfall released, before the expansions,
there were
I don't remember
15 maps, maybe?
No,
maybe?
less. There were
4, weren't there?
Yeah, 4 maybe.
There was 4, and each one of them had 4 stages. So I'm literally talking screens with pixel art. I think there were
I'm talking
15
about when there was just PvP and no monsters. Yeah, okay.
I remember this distinctly.
Okay, yeah. Because it was
back when it was Ouya exclusive.
Yes, exactly.
That's right.
Yeah, who remembers Ouya?
Fuck, I don't even remember what the Ouya was, but I remember the name.
think it was a video game system that was Android based, but they were marketing like it was a console and it
Yeah.
was exclusive.
Yeah, I've got one of those.
I don't
I've
really
got
know
a
what this
dev.
shit was.
I've got a dev one because we won some sort of stupid contest with Legend of Dungeon, and it was getting we were gonna get money from Ouya, and that didn't
Nice.
happen. And I didn't put it on the Ouya either. It was gonna be a launch title. It was gonna be an Ouya launch title.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's
And then
pretty
I was-
cool.
And then I was like, "This is dumb."
Yeah.
And
that's
if
probably a
only
smart
you'd
move.
done it, you wouldn't have failed. It would have had a good game other than Towerfall.
To be fair, yeah. More than one good game. Would
It
have
was-
probably
Might
been nice.
The
Face
console was
the
such a
console.
piece of shit that Legend of Dungeon would not run on it.
Oh,
That's fair.
I'd have to remake
Probably-
the whole thing.
Let's
probably
get sued
would
by Ouya.
Ouya sucks. This is an objective truth, not an opinion.
This episode brought to you by Ouya. Ouya, we're a thing. I bet they're not actually. How do you spell that?
Razer bought them, I thought. I think Razer bought it.
I
How do you
don't
spell
know.
Maybe not
Ouya? I
Razer.
don't even know.
I think that was
Oh.
probably one of their marketing problems.
YUA. It was on each of the buttons. OYUA. Ooh.
Oh. Ooh.
Oh,
I can get one used on eBay for $26.
You can have mine. Don't buy that.
Oh no, that's the controller. That's the controller.
I have two controllers too. You can have
$200.
all
Holy
of them.
shit.
$200.
Well, maybe I should sell mine on eBay.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do anything
May
else with it.
21st, 2019, Razer released a statement which announced that online accounts and services would be discontinued.
Yeah.
So
they bought it.
June.
They bought it from Ouya to try to like turn it into like a cool thing, and then they were like, "Oh wait, this is shit." And they shut it down.
Razer suggests that users may be able to transfer purchases to other storefront platforms like Google Play if developers and publishers agree.
So no,
No,
that's never
This-
gonna happen.
it's worth nothing.
It's not our fault. It's the developer's fault. That's what that said.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Well, Ouya can go fuck itself.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
Were there porn games on Ouya? While
No.
we're staying on topic.
No, I don't believe there were.
Yeah, that's why they failed.
so for a lo-fi version of this, I imagine. Have you ever seen Yeti Hunter?
Yes, Yeti
No.
Hunter's great. That's exactly what was in my head when you started talking about it. I
Yeah.
was like, Yeti
So I
Hunter.
imagine Yeti Hunter with maybe a little more topography in the map.
Okay,
Right?
so I've never seen the Yeti.
No, you don't. The Yeti doesn't exist.
No, I
Is
think
there
he
a
does.
Yeti?
No, there's footsteps and blood, and there's no Yeti.
I'm pretty sure.
How
there's a
come you've
Yeti.
never
Footsteps
seen a
and
video of
blood and-
someone finding?
Plot is that there's a Yeti.
No, yeah, but there is no Yeti. I mean,
There
the
is.
Yeti exists, it's just not in the game. Look, I maintain that the Yeti has no asset and no graphical thing. The Yeti doesn't exist. Calvin's Googling furiously because he can't stand how right I am. But I picture like woods.
Oh, this is a Vlambeer
know.
game. Those guys are cool.
Vlambeer, yeah, they do some weird shit. But yeah, I'm imagining Yeti Hunter, but with pornography on the ground.
Yeah.
Instead of blood and footprints.
Exactly. And you can pick up the pornography and look at it.
And it should
see-
be called not like Porn Hunter, but Pornography Hunter.
I wouldn't even call it Hunter. I would call it Woods pornography.
Or woods porn.
Woods porn does sound better.
Yeah.
Wow. Vlambeer's website is bare bones.
Good for them.
So is ours.
Fuck unnecessary frills.
No, it's literally just text with a bunch of links.
Like I said, good for them. But it loads
Okay.
real fast.
Incredible. All right.
Yeah.
Anyhow, Eric, got any more of those ideas?
Oh, sure. Let me just pull up on my phone.
I think we got
Flip
time
down
for
meal
one
trays
more.
for cars.
I'm sorry, what?
Flip down meal trays for cars. Like on an airplane, you have flip down trays. Flip down in the cars. How often are you eating in a car and you're like, oh, I wish I had a meal tray?
Never.
I drive most of the time.
Okay, well, I frequently encounter the problem that I have nowhere to put my goddamn sandwich.
Yeah, that's fair. So let me pitch you on this. You get into an accident. Your airbag deploys. It shoves a meal tray directly through your head.
They would have to like flip somewhere so they wouldn't be in the way of the airbag, and you're not supposed to use them while you're driving.
Yeah, I've seen those things.
Do.
They have laptop trays that go around
the hook to your
steering wheel. Yeah.
Well, that's dumber than my idea, though.
But it's basically the same
stabilize? Do they self-stabilize?
You're not supposed to use them while you're driving.
No, they just hook onto the wheel.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that's sad because I want one that self-stabilizes, so it has a big weight at the bottom and it can rotate.
Yeah. So as you turn the steering wheel, it's you're
it
fine,
stays upright,
and you can still check your email.
Right, or watch my YouTube videos.
Right.
Which is probably more likely, to be fair.
Fuck email. But yeah, I thought that was a good idea, but I'm gonna check that off the list.
Yeah, that should exist.
I disagree. I think that's unnecessary.
Where do you put your sandwich? This is just my question.
On your fucking lap.
Like a savage?
Yeah, I mean,
That's
you're
where
not washing your fucking meal tray in your car.
No,
You're not
look, my
disassembling
lap
there.
is where I wipe my hands after I wash them.
Yeah.
Like
You need to be clean.
I wipe my nose and then it goes on the pants, so I can't put my sandwich there.
That makes sense. Put your sandwich wrapper there, and then your sandwich on top of it.
Whoa, where'd you get a sandwich wrapper?
What the fuck were you carrying? Was the sandwich in your pocket?
Yeah, where do you get a sandwich without a bag?
I was just holding it. That's what I assumed happened. You got in the car, you got your sandwich, and you're
carrying your sandwich.
like,
just eat it then. You didn't need a fucking tray to get it there. You should.
But I've got to drive. I got to drive right now, and it's a stick shift. It's not a manual.
Then you
you're gonna drool all over the place. Sandwich is gonna go everywhere.
No, it's bread. It'll absorb the saliva.
Amazing. Yeah. Did you guys learn anything today? We could just wrap this one up.
Oh yeah, that's fair. We've been going for a while. It's probably time.
We could just.
I learned that porn games are our future, and I really don't like the future. Future's dark. Bad. We're gonna.
It'll keep a lot of people off the streets that you don't want on the streets.
That's probably true. What I don't want
is those people indoors.
Anyone who has control over my future to go, oh, Andreas has a podcast. I'll just listen to that real quick.
Oh,
and then
dear future employers, no, it's not his fault. It's me.
Dear future employers, how the fuck did you get this far?
Yeah, you should have started at episode 1, you dumbasses.
It's your fault. You don't get the inside jokes.
New plan for publicizing our podcast: put it on resumes and submit them all over the place.
Okay, that's actually, hey, listeners, make a fake resume for a fake person that doesn't exist and say that you're a member of this podcast. Don't use our last names. You shouldn't know how to find those, but please don't. If you do. And then just submit submit your resume to as many jobs as possible. Preferably, make the resume so it looks like you're appropriate, and then make the podcast thing pretty high up there. Marketing managers. Go for marketing managers.
Is there a fake resume generator on the internet?
Oh, fuck yeah. I hope you can put a link to the job description and it just fucking generates shit based off of keywords.
Jump into our Discord for links to where you can get a fake resume generator and submit a fake resume to some company somewhere with our podcast in it as a source. Anyway, I learned that I've been doing video games all wrong. Sad.
Well, thank you for listening. This has been our podcast. We are Thunk Tank. We are here all week,
No, we're
and
not.
we'll be here next week
We're
on
not
Saturday.
No, we're not here.
What?
We're here Tuesday at 6 o'clock. Every Tuesday at
Ish.
6 o'clock ish.
Yeah.
Come on by. I don't know if we've rolled those credits or not. They're probably rolling right now. Calvin's doing his job. He's so great at this. Thank you, Calvin. Special thanks to Calvin, our audio technician and podcast host, co-host. Eric, who's also our podcast co-host, and Andreas, who is a podcast co-host.
This episode
I should have had
real
hot chocolate
weird.
for that joke.
This episode
Are we
got
done?
real weird. Oh,
We're about done. We need to like pick a title or something.
No, we did. Watch this.
Okay.
Watch this second.
Watch this second, and it's a picture of a turkey with a marijuana leaf for a tail.
The marijuana leaf behind it. Yeah. Maybe we can put a joint in the turkey's beak.
We can. Yeah, there's going to be no
Can
text
we
on that
tag
thumbnail.
it cocaine pigs?
Yeah, we can. Hashtag cocaine pigs. Yeah. Sure.
Sounds like an anti-cop thing. It isn't.
If we were monetized, we would be demonetized.
A good thing we're not monetized. By the way,
so, like-
we're not monetized at all. And this is all because of our patrons that we can do this.
Yes, thank you to our patrons. We deeply appreciate every one of you.
We
You're
are
all superheroes.
we are not subservient to any companies or corporate powers or shadow governments. We are only here because of you and your donations, and we give you this type of non-biased reporting because of it. I'd like to point out that purpose is really hard to find, but if you get a boat, you can find a porpoise really easily. That's
awful, Andreas.
Yeah.
I wish you hadn't done that.
Yeah, I'm glad the credits rolled before that, so we can
I'm
cut
glad
it
that
out
won't be
and
recorded.
it's gone forever.